Hello student. In today's session we will discuss about the surface modeling. Okay. So surface modeling, what is mean in this topic we will discuss what is surface modeling, what are the different types of the what is the purpose of the surface modeling, what are the advantages of the surface modeling over the wireframe modeling. All these things we will discuss in this session. Okay, so the first topic here is the need of surface modeling. What is a need, or why there is a need to derive the surface modeling? The representation of the complex object such as automotive bodies, aircraft bodies, ship bodies, casting, dies cannot be achieved by the wireframe modeling. As we discussed in a previous lecture that there are some limitations of wireframe modeling, that the complicated part cannot be designed, or if we design it, it will be a very complex. So to avoid this or to overcome these limitations of wireframe modeling, the need of surface modeling is born, and that's why we need to or we need to formulate some modeling technique that will overcome this need. So surface modeling is necessary. The complicated parts such like automotive bodies, aircraft bodies, ship bodies, casting, etc. For this purpose surface modeling is necessary. In a case of another method of geometrical modeling known as the surface modeling, and therefore surface modeling is necessary. So surface model. The surface model is generated by using a wireframe entities like a curves. Means the surface model can be generated by using a wireframe entities or a curves. The curve, there are two types of the curve, that is analytical curve and synthetic curve also. So by using that we can generate the surface model. A system may require one wireframe entities or a curve to create the surface of revolution, or it may be required two wireframe entities. Means to generate a surface model we require only one entities, and by using these wireframe entities we can revolve it, and then we can obtain the surface model. And in some cases there is a there is some surfaces that cannot be designed or that cannot be obtained by revolving the single entities. For that purposes two wireframe entities are required. Okay, so see here, if we see this diagram, in this diagram this is the one wireframe entity, that is curve, and this is the second wireframe entities, these also curve, and these, and by bounding these two curves we can obtain the surface model. Means when these two entities are bound together, then we will obtain the surface model. Okay, see, mesh of the surface model. The meshing is very important part of the surface model. If we see this image, in this image this network or this net, it's called as the meshing. As this space between the vertical and horizontal line it reduces, means we increase the meshing, the finer surface model will be obtained, and if we reduce the number of lines, then coarse mesh will be obtained. Okay, see here in this diagram, this surface model is bounded by the two entities. This is upper one entities and this is the lower one entities, and this here and here, this model is bounded by these two entities. And if we see here, there is a 10 by 10 meshing. 10 by 10 meshing means there are 100 small block or a small square are present in that network, the mesh size is controlled by the user. Means size of the mesh, means here is a mesh size is 10 by 10. We can increase the mesh size or we can reduce the mesh size. The both can be done as per the user's requirement or as per the user's commands. Okay. The finer mesh size of the surface require larger CPU time to construct the surface model and update the graphics display. Means as the number of mesh or as this 10 by 10 or 20 by 20, as the size of the meshing is increases, then the time required for CPU processing is also increases. Means if we reduce the size of the mesh, then time required for CPU processing is also less, but as this time is increases, then as this meshing size is increases, then time required for CPUs also goes on increasing. Okay. It is important to note that the finer mesh size of the surface does not improve the mathematical representation of the object. Means as we increase the number of meshings or size of mesh, then mathematical representation of the object will not change. It will be remain same. The mathematical representation of the object will remain same as we change the size of the meshing. As size increase or decrease, it will not affect on the mathematical representation of the object. Okay. The meshing is important only for the visualization purposes. Means if we increase the size of the meshing, then we will get the better visualization of the object, and if we reduce the size of the meshing, then we will get less visualization. It is difficult to visualize that object. So this is an important related to the, means these parts are related to important while the meshing. If we see here, this is the one part and this is the another part. If we see, there is a 4 by 4 meshing and here is 20 by 20 meshing. Means as the mesh size increases, visualization is better. We can easily visualize the object, or visualization object or presentation or visualization object get better as the size of mesh is increases. Similarly, here is another one in this part also and in this part also. As the size of the meshing increases, the visualization gets better in a case of surface modeling. So this is the purpose of the meshing. So here rendering features, the most of the surface modeling software are equipped with the rendering features. The rendering provides the surface properties to the surface model. The rendering enhances the aesthetic appeal to the object. Means rendering features provide the color effect. It makes the object appear like a brass or appear corroded. Means rendering features provide the color to the object. It also gives the light effects such as the spotlight and ambient light. Means if the rendering feature is present in a software, and what is the purpose of that? It provides the better color effect, or it will provide the light to the object. Okay. So this is related to the surface modeling. Now we will discuss what is the solid modeling. Okay. The solid modeling is the easiest and most advanced method of geometrical modeling. As we discussing about the geometrical modeling, first of all we have discussed that wireframe modeling, then we have discussed about the surface modeling. Now we are discussing about the solid modeling. The solid modeling is the easiest and most advanced method of geometrical modeling. Means it is a simple and advanced method of geometrical modeling. Wireframe model and surface model contain only geometrical data. Means once we design the model by using a wireframe model or a surface model, it only gives the geometrical data of the object. It will not give the topological information related to the object. We will discuss later what is mean by geometrical data and what is mean by topological information. Now currently remember that only that the wireframe modeling provides the only wireframe and surface model only provides the geometrical information of the object. It will not give the or topological information related to the object. That's why solid modeling is very important, because it provides the geometrical information also and topological information of the object also related to the object. Okay, the use of solid modeling in a CAD/CAM system is growing rapidly. The use of geometrical modeling is in CAD/CAM. CAD/CAM means computer aided design and manufacturing. The use of design modeling or solid modeling is increases, because in CAD/CAM we need to design. First of all, the first step is design the object. In this case, the design the object, solid modeling is very important. That's why it increase the need of in the design. Okay, the solid modeling has been considered as a technological solution to integrate the automate the design of the manufacturing. Means it gives a technical solution to design of the object. Okay, see here, this is a solid model, and this model here is a two holes, and inside that hole threads are present. Means only due to the visualization of the object we get a more detailed information related to the object. So, and object get easily visualized. In a solid modeling, the object get easily visualized. That's why solid modeling is very important in a case of design purposes. Okay, now this is related to solid modeling. We will compare wireframe modeling, surface modeling and solid modeling based on some parameter. So first parameter is that modeling entities. Which are the modeling entities are available in a wireframe modeling, surface modeling and solid modeling. So wireframe model is created by using a two-dimensional entities. Wireframe model is visualized, or wireframe model is created by the two-dimensional entities. Which are these two-dimensional entities? The line, points, curve, polygon, circle, etc. These are the entities. Two-dimensional entities are used in a wireframe modeling. And in surface modeling is created by using a surface entities. Which are the different surface entities? The analytical surfaces, that is plane surface, ruled surface, tabulated surface, surface of revolution, and synthetic surfaces, that is Bezier surface, beta spline surface, cone patch surface, fillet surface, offset surface, etc. These are the types of surfaces. Means different types of the surface entities are available in a surface modeling. We will discuss about these names, that is what is meant by Bezier surface, what is meant by beta spline surface. All these things we will discuss in detail when surface modeling parts. In next unit there is a detailed study of the surface modeling. At that time we will discuss this, but here only remember that these are the some surface model which are used, or these are the some surface entities which are used in a surface modeling. And solid model is created by using a three-dimensional entities like a block, cylinder, cone, sphere, torus, etc. Means there are three-dimensional entities. There are some three-dimensional entities which are present in as all of you know that related to the 3D modeling software. Suppose CATIA. In CATIA, if we want to design some parts, there are some parts which are available already. Suppose in a case of paint, there is a circle, there is a square, there is a star. These are the some shapes which are available already inside the software. Similarly, in three-dimensional object, some three-dimensional entities are already present in a system, and these systems are called as, or these entities is called as a primitive, and these are the some basic shapes. The basic shapes that are available in solid modeling are called as the primitives, and there are some basic shapes, that is block, cylinder, cone, torus, etc. are the some entities which are already present in a 3D modeling software. मिनटं लेक्चर करतोय फक्त 10 मिनटाचं. अरे रेकॉर्ड करतोय. Okay, the next comparison parameter is the appearance. The wireframe models appears like a frame constructed outside the wire. As we discussed in last lecture about the wireframe modeling, the model which we created it appears like a frame or a frame which is made up of the wire. Okay, and the appearance of the surface model is better than the wireframe model, but not as real as a solid model. Means if we consider the appearance of this wire model is look like a frame, but appearance of the surface model is better than the wireframe model, but it not look like the surface model. No, sorry, solid model. And the appearance of solid model is look like a real solid. Means the appearance of the solid model is look like a real solid or real object. Okay, then presentation. The third parameter related to comparison is the presentation. The wireframe model is incomplete and unambitious. Means the wireframe model is not, if we present the wireframe model, it look like an incomplete object. Okay, but the surface model is not an ambitious representation of the object, but means surface model is look better than the wireframe model, but it not look like the, or it not look really good as compared to the solid model. The solid model is complete and most unambitious presentation of the object. Means the complete representation of the object is done only through the solid modeling. Then conversion, if we take the entities as a conversion, then wireframe model cannot be converted into the solid model. Wireframe model cannot be converted into the solid model, but solid model can be converted into wireframe model. Means wireframe model we cannot be converted into solid model, but solid model can easily convert it into wireframe model. Okay, the next is suitability for a complicated object. Suitability means which model technique is suitable for a complicated object. It is suitable to generate the wireframe model of the complicated object. It is difficult to generate. Means wireframe modeling is difficult. If we use a wireframe modeling technique, then it is difficult to generate, or it is difficult to generate the complex part. The generation of the surface model of the complicated object is easier than the generation of wireframe model, but not easier that of the generation of solid model. Means generation of the surface model is easy as compared to the wireframe model, but it is not easy as compared to the solid model. But generation of the solid model is easy, or complex part can be easily generated in a solid model as compared to other parts. Then utility for a design and manufacturing. Wireframe model cannot be used for a computer aided design or computer aided manufacturing. Means the model which are generated in a wireframe or wireframe technique that cannot be directly used in a CAD/CAM system, but surface modeling cannot be fully integrated to the design. Means surface modeling is also not used in a CAD/CAM system, but solid model can be integrated or automated in a design and manufacturing. Means the model which are created in a solid modeling, it can be easily used for a CAD/CAM system. And last one is the hardware required. Which are the hardware required? The wireframe modeling requires a less computer memory for a working as well as storing. As we discussed in the last unit about the wireframe modeling, the size of the wireframe model is very less, and the time required for a processing is also less. That's why it requires less computer memory and store. If we compare the surface model, then surface model require a large memory and large storing space as compared to the wireframe model. But if we compare the surface model and the solid model, then surface modeling require less memory and less space for storage if we compare it with the solid modeling, and solid modeling object requires a large memory and large space if we compare it with the solid model and the surface, if we compare it surface model and the wireframe model. Okay, so this is related to the comparison of the wireframe model, solid model and surface model. Okay, so it is enough for today's session. We will stop here. Next part we will discuss in a next unit.